I think with Descalzo and Craig and Tyler Green would be really the internal depth there.
Can you like prioritize it at all?
Well, I mean, I think given what Descalzo did for us last year in those 2 weeks, he showed he could clearly handle the position. In Craig's case, he obviously was moved to the outfield to try to find a way to get him more at-bats and inject his bat into a lineup. I think this spring he will get some work at third base and just see how he fares. And I certainly wouldn't rule that out either should we have to find a replacement for Freese. And I'd also say that there's still a chance we may end up still signing maybe someone to a non-roster type deal that could also play third base between now and February.
Is there a particular guy in mind for that?
Not really. I mean, we've had discussions with a bunch, and probably when I leave here this afternoon, I'll continue to work on that a little bit and just see where it ends up.
Reports are all favorable to Freese, though, right?
Yeah, Freese's situation, obviously, from a conditioning standpoint, where he is physically, is completely favorable. But he's not testing it in terms of rounding second or having to field ground balls in a game situation. So, candidly, we're not going to know until we get him out there on the field. But the one thing that we are certainly going to do is make sure that David Freese's projectable playing day is going to be opening day and not first day of spring training. So we still have time to make sure that we condition him to be ready to play by when the real bell goes off.
Hey, I know you got pummeled with this at your other deal, but there was a lot of buzz and people wondering, gee, was something being announced with Albert this week and all that stuff. And I understand that's not going to happen, but do you have any sense of, in terms of momentum or just a vibe of where this thing may, how quickly this thing may be headed toward either direction right now?
Well, I think the way I need to answer this, and just to be consistent with ownership, management, and the player and the agent is, really we don't want to sit here and handicap or guess or kind of give any type of gut feels where this thing is headed right now. And I think in respect to that, that's really all I can add to this topic at this time. Hopefully in the near future it's something we can talk more about, but right now I'm not prepared to.
Well, I think Bill spoke in Phoenix to some degree about it, and there's something that people are characterizing as at least an initial positive vibe. You don't take exception either way, either.
No, I don't think it's going to benefit anybody for me to weigh in at this point. Clearly, what was said, but I think from my standpoint, I'm just going to stay agnostic on this and just continue to work.
Is it your understanding you're working on any kind of a deadline, be it start of spring training or opening day?
Yeah, we have been notified that spring training would be the deadline.
At the beginning of spring training?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mo, I'm working on the story about Yadier